The race is on. Biden versus Trump, round 2. The 2024 presidential election is shaping up to be a historic rematch. President Joe Biden is seeking re-election, hoping to solidify his legacy and continue the policies of his first term. Former President Donald Trump has announced his candidacy, aiming to reclaim the White House and undo much of Biden's agenda. The race is expected to be close and contentious, with both candidates commanding a loyal base of support. Early polls show a tight race, reflecting the deep political divisions in the United States. Biden enters the race with the advantage of incumbency, but Trump has proven to be a formidable campaigner. The outcome of the election will depend on a number of factors, including the state of the economy, the political climate, and the candidates' ability to mobilize their base. The 2024 election will be a referendum on the direction of the country. Voters will have a clear choice between two very different visions for America's future. Biden represents a more traditional centrist approach, while Trump offers a more populist, nationalist vision. The stakes are high and the world will be watching closely as the United States chooses its next leader. President Biden is running on a platform of experience and stability. He is emphasizing his record on the economy, pointing to the low unemployment rate and the passage of major infrastructure legislation. Biden is also highlighting his efforts to expand access to healthcare, including his work to protect the Affordable Care Act. Biden's campaign message is focused on appealing to a broad coalition of voters, including moderates, independents, and disaffected Republicans. He is presenting himself as a steady hand in uncertain times, someone who can bring the country together and address the challenges facing the nation. However, Biden faces an uphill battle. He is contending with low approval ratings, driven by concerns about inflation and the direction of the country. He will need to convince voters that he is the best person to lead the country through these challenging times. His success will depend on his ability to articulate a clear vision for the future, and to connect with voters on a personal level. Donald Trump is running on a platform of grievance and resentment. He is railing against what he sees as a corrupt and broken system, and he is promising to make America great again. Trump is focusing on his core issues of immigration, trade, and crime, and he is attacking Biden's record on all fronts. Trump's campaign is built on his appeal to his base of supporters, who are drawn to his outsider status and his willingness to challenge the status quo. He is also hoping to capitalize on the dissatisfaction of some voters with the Biden administration. Trump's campaign strategy is to energize his base and to suppress turnout among Democratic voters. He is also hoping to peel off some voters who supported Biden in 2020 but have been disappointed with his performance. However, Trump faces significant challenges, including his continued false claims about the 2020 election and the ongoing investigations into his conduct. Section 4. Battleground Issues, Economy, Healthcare, and the World Stage. The 2024 election will be decided on a number of key issues, including the economy, healthcare, and foreign policy. The economy is always a top concern for voters, and the 2024 election will be no different. Voters will be looking to see which candidate they believe can best handle inflation, create jobs, and grow the economy. Healthcare is another issue that is likely to be front and center in the 2024 election. The debate over the Affordable Care Act is sure to continue, and voters will be looking to see where the candidates stand on this issue. Other healthcare issues, such as prescription drug prices and access to care, are also likely to be important to voters. Foreign policy is another issue that could play a significant role in the 2024 election. The world is a dangerous and uncertain place, and voters will be looking to see which candidate they believe can best keep the country safe. Issues such as the war in Ukraine, China's rise, and the threat of terrorism are all likely to be debated on the campaign trail. Section 5. Swing States. The path to 270 electoral votes. The outcome of the 2024 presidential election will hinge on a handful of key swing states. These are states that are not reliably Democratic or Republican, and they are often decided by a narrow margin. The most important swing states in 2024 are likely to be Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, and Georgia. These states are all home to a diverse mix of voters, and they have been hotly contested in recent elections. In 2020, Biden won Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Arizona by narrow margins, while Trump won Florida and Georgia. The candidates and their campaigns will be pouring resources into these states in an effort to win their electoral votes. The outcome in these swing states will depend on a number of factors, including the candidates' ability to mobilize their base, persuade undecided voters, and get their supporters to the polls. The campaigns will be focusing on registering voters, turning out the vote, and making sure their message is resonating with voters in these key states. Section 6. The Power of the People. Voter turnout and the 2024 election. Voter turnout will be crucial in the 2024 presidential election. In a close election, even a small shift in voter turnout can make the difference. Both campaigns will be working to mobilize their base and get their supporters to the polls. Democrats are hoping for a high turnout among young people, minorities, and women. Republicans are counting on a strong turnout among white working-class voters and rural voters. The party that is most successful in turning out its base is likely to have an advantage in the election. The 2024 election is still more than a year away, and it is impossible to say for sure who will win. The race is likely to be close and hard-fought, and the outcome will depend on a number of factors. However, one thing is certain: the voters will decide.